how can you get the perfect drone selfie every single time and done in just a couple of minutes? Coming up.
Okay, all right.
And if you're new here, yo, I'm Christine Lozada, and this is Drone with CL. I love helping people to learn how to fly drones. They are so much fun. And in this tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with you the helpful tips you need to know to quickly get those drone selfies. So let's dive in with the first tip. The first tip is using the timer to save a ton of time for yourself. And not a lot of people know about it, so I'm not going to make assumptions. Most people take single photos. So you can see on the screen right here, I'm in the single photo mode, so it's just going to take a single photo every single time I either tap the photo or use the quick button up top, whether you have this controller or the one that attaches to your phone. And so that's the normal way people will take photos. But when you tap on photo and scroll down on the left-hand side, you see that option here for timed shot. And under time shot, I like to use the fastest one. I like to use the 2-second one. This can go all the way out to 60 seconds on this drone. This is the Mavic Air 2S. But you can see with 2 seconds, what it's doing is just every 2 seconds, it's taking a photo. And so let's move to the next helpful tip, which is some considerations around how you should set up the shot. All right, I'm gonna bring you on location to a shoot that I recently did. And you can see for this shot, I'm doing a top-down shot. And the first thing to consider here is how I've set it up. You can see that I've framed the pickleball court, but I'm making sure that I'm high enough up that I got room on the outside. So consider what that might be for your shot, because there might be some cropping that's needed. I'm taking my time and I'm looking right at the controller as I'm laying out the colorful balls. And this is helping me to get a gauge of what it looks like, because what it looks like from the drone is not the same as what you're looking at from your eyes. What I'm doing right now is I'm testing. So you can see I'm staring at the drone controller and I'm trying all of the different poses. This is even before I've started taking the photos, so I don't have to waste my time going through a bunch of photos I don't want. And so this is helping me to set up the shot, and you can see that I'm in the 2-second timer and I'm ready to rock and roll now. Hey, I just want to interrupt to say if you're getting some value out of this video, cheers that like button and connect with us. We're in the Drone Party Facebook group. Tons of info on that and other resources available to you in the description below. All right, let's move on. Okay, let's talk about actually taking the photos, and let's bring the screen back up because you're gonna notice something important that happens here. And it's when I start taking the photos, once I start the timer going, once I've gotten the shot lined up, I'm putting my controller down, but nowhere near me. In other words, during the edit, I'm going to delete out the controller. So you can see how the controller is far enough away from me so that when I edit, I can easily edit it out. So whether you have a prop that you can hide it underneath, sometimes I'll use a big hat, for example, that's part of the shot, or I'll lay on top of the controller to hide it. But you can see there's one more thing I'm doing. I'm listening for the click. And every time I get a couple of shots, right, I'll change the pose. And so you can have a variety of shots to choose from. It's important to move around and do this for way longer than you want to. Do it for way longer than you want to. Too many people will only let it go for 5, 6 shots. Let it go for 10, let it go for 20, let it go for 30. And then the next important thing is look at your footage. Before you take down the drone, before you land, start scrolling through your shots and make sure you got what you're looking for. You can see that, oh shoot, my hand's in my hair there. Oh shoot, you can't see my face at all. But I'm making sure that somewhere in there, I am getting the shot I'm looking for, because every 2 seconds is pretty quick, but it's not that fast. So you might need to make sure you're holding each pose for a good amount of time, maybe letting it take 2 shots before you move on to the next pose. Everyone has a different editing process. I'm a traveler and everything is done on my phone on the go. And so I like to quickly download all the footage to my phone so that I can look at it like this. And then I'm able to tap and then just quickly scroll through everything. Just put a little heart next to the ones that work out well for me so I can just delete the rest and then just throw those into Lightroom or whatever editing app I decide to use that day and quickly edit it so I can get it onto social media. All right, let's recap what we learned about taking drone selfies today. The first thing is to use the timer. I like the 2-second timer because you can get as many as possible. It's taking them very quickly versus the 60-second timer and moving around a lot, right? The second thing we learned was change around the height and change around the angles. So I was taking a top-down shot. I was moving to different heights, higher up, and also a lot closer to me. So make sure you're getting a few different angles and heights so that you have a variety to choose from. The next thing is, while we're taking the photos, we've moved the controller away from us so we can easily edit it out, no problem, or we're hiding it underneath a prop or underneath ourselves. And the next thing we're doing is we're listening. We're listening for the click, and we're holding a pose, holding that pose well every couple seconds, and then changing, and maybe letting it go 2 or 3 shots before changing your pose and letting it roll way longer than you want it to. And when I say way longer, I'm not talking about minutes and minutes and minutes. I'm saying that entire set of 20 to 40 photos is taking a couple minutes. So not that long, but not 5 seconds. And then we learned, before you take the drone down, before you land it, make sure you go through and scroll quickly, check your footage to make sure you got the shot before you bring it down. Then before you turn off your drone, download all that footage to your phone if that's the way you like to edit, so you can quickly look through it, throw that edit together, toss it up onto social media. If you got some value out of today's video, make sure you cheers that like button. Tell me in the comments below if you have a helpful tip for all the community. There's a full blog post that goes along with this as well, so check that out in the description. I'm Christine Lozada. Tag me on social media if you post something. I'd love to see your drone selfies, and I'll see ya in the next one. Ciao.